Hi my dear students, I hope you all are fine at home. I'm Bindu John, your computer teacher. Welcome to the world of computer. Our first lesson is Fundamentals of Computer. Let's start. In this lesson, the first section is a revision portion. Just to revise all those things, okay? First of all, what is a computer? A computer is an electronic device. It accepts data, processes the data with the help of instructions stored in the computer, and gives out the output result. I'll explain it. Computer is an electronic device. It accepts the data. What do you mean by accepting data? It means receiving data. How it receives the data? The computer receives the data by the help of input devices or the input unit. You all know the examples for input devices. Keyboard, mouse, microphone, etc. are the input devices. Then what is the data? Whatever things we given to the computer is known as data. It may be numbers, alphabets, even your voice also. Is it clear? The accepted data can be processed by the computer. How it processes the data? It processes the data through the CPU. You all know the full form of CPU. Yes, correct. That is Central Processing Unit. What are the components of the CPU? The components of the CPU are memory unit, ALU and CU. Memory unit is the temporary memory, that is RAM. ALU is arithmetical logical unit. Here all the operations are carried out, like arithmetical operations like plus, minus, division, multiplication, etc. What do you mean by logical operation? Logical operation means comparison. If the result may be false or true, greater than or less than, like that, they are called the logical operation. Then CU, that is the control unit, that control all the components of the CPU. Okay. Then after processing the data, it gives out the output result through the output device. You are all familiar with the output devices. They are the monitor and the printer. Got it? Then these all input devices, processing unit and the output devices are known as the hardware component of the computer. That is, this is the physical component. It can be touched and seen by the user. So they are called the hardware. Then I told you by processing, it processes the data with the help of instructions stored in the computer. That instructions are known as the programs. These programs are known as software. I'll explain the difference between hardware and software with the help of an example. If you have a CD with you, the CD is known as the hardware and the program written in the CD is known as the software. Clear? Yes. Then next we can move to the next section, that is the how computer works. The computer works on a cycle. That cycle is known as input process output cycle. In short, it is known as IPO cycle. I'll explain through an example. If your mother prepare a delicious juice for you, what are the ingredients for the juice? Mango, sugar, water, etc. are the ingredients. That ingredients are known as the input. Your mother put all these ingredients or the input into the blender. That is the processor. It processes it and gives out the output. That is a glass of juice. Is it clear? That is known as the IPO cycle. The computer also works like this. It accepting the data, processing the data and gives out the output result. Okay, it's clear. This is the block diagram of the computer. Computer accepts the data through the input unit, processes the data by the processing unit and gives out the result through the output devices. We can move to the next section. That is about the computer languages. Languages is a means of communication. For communication, we need some languages. For example, English, Hindi, Malayalam, etc. These languages are known as natural languages. We want to exchange some information to the computer. That language is called the computer language. The main difference between the computer language and the natural language is natural language have some vocabularies, but the computer languages have restricted vocabularies. That is the difference. Clear? Then, mainly the computer language is divided into two. They are low-level language and high-level language. Low-level languages is again divided into two. They are machine language and assembly language. In the smaller classes, you studied about the generation of the computer. The computer has 5 generations. First generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation and fifth generation. Now we are using the fourth generation computer. In the first generation computer, the low-level language like the machine language is used. In that language, the binary language is used. Binary means 2. That means that language consists of 2 codes. They are 0 and 1. Using this 0 and 1, the programmer or the user of the computer set the program. It is not very easy to program using the binary language. Only advantage of using binary languages is very fast because it need not be translated. That is the only advantage of machine language. Clear? Then next language is the assembly language. The second generation, the assembly language is used. Here, some codes are developed to programming. These codes are called the mnemonic codes. For example, if you want to start a program, start is the mnemonic code. If you want to add 2 numbers, add is the mnemonic code. Such type of mnemonic codes are used to program using the assembly language. The difference is between the assembly and the binary language is that I told you earlier, the binary language, there is no translation occurs. But if you are using the assembly language, we want to convert that assembly language into the machine language. Because all the computer are work with the binary language. Whatever thing we entered into the computer, it translate that language into the binary language. Still the computer is work on the binary language. So if you use assembly language or high level language, we need to translate that language into the binary language. For converting the assembly language into the binary language, we use the assembler. Such type of computers use the assembler to convert the assembly language into the binary language. Once more, the assembly languages use mnemonic codes for the programming. They want to convert that mnemonic codes into the binary language. Clear? Next we move to the high level language. From third generation onwards, we are using the high level languages. These languages are also known as the programming languages. In this language, we can use the English-like languages into the computer. High-level language is also known as problem-oriented language because it is used for solving some problems. Such type of high-level languages are converted into machine language. We use the compiler and interpreter for a translation program. Examples for high-level languages are Basic, Fortran, COBOL, C, C++, Visual Basic. At latest, the Java are the examples for the high-level language. Next, we can discuss about the software packages. Software packages are known as ready-to-run programs. They are also known as user-friendly packages because it consists of all the components required for making a software. These can be purchased from a computer software shop. MS Word, MS Excel, MS Paint, editing programs are some popular software packages. For example, if you want to draw a picture, which package you open or which software you open? Yes, correct. MS Paint. The MS Paint consists of all the menus and tools required to draw a picture. It helps us to draw the picture as well as paint the picture also. Is it clear? We can recap the computer languages again, okay? The computer languages divided into two. They are the low-level language and high-level language. Low-level language is again divided into two. They are the machine language and assembly language. In machine language, the binary codes are used for programming. In assembly language, the mnemonic codes are used for programming. They need the translation program assembler to translate the assembly language into the machine language. In high-level language, we can enter English-like or Malayalam, any languages into the computer using the keyboard. They are also known as the problem-oriented language because they are used for solving some problems. We need a translation program. That translation program is either compiler or interpreter to translate this high-level language into machine language. Then we studied about the software packages. I told you that it is the ready-to-run programs. It is a package. That package is used for documentation purpose, tabulation purpose, presentation, like that. So if you want to paint we can use the MS Paint. They are called the ready to run programs. Clear? I think you all understand whatever things I teach. One activity for you, draw the block diagram in your computer notebook. Okay, shall we wind up?